Host the ultimate backyard barbecue with Whole Foods Market. It's the hot grill summer event through July 16th with sizzling sales on no antibiotics ever boneless beef ribeye steak and beef New York strip steak. Plus, check out sales on sustainable wild-caught Alaska sockeye salmon, organic strawberries, and more. In a hurry? Choose grab-and-go favorites like picnic salads and sushi, plus plenty of cooler-friendly beverages. Make it a hot grill summer at Whole Foods Market.
On today's Smart 7, Rishi and Keir go head-to-head on Sky, Blinken warns of Hamas delay on ceasefire deal, and much more. It's Thursday, 13th of June, it's Sewing Machine Day, and happy birthday, Chris Evans.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Wednesday night saw Sky News host a leaders' debate as part of their election coverage. It wasn't quite a head-to-head debate. Instead, both leaders were grilled separately but extensively by Sky's Beth Rigby and then by a TV audience. A snap poll by Sky afterwards suggested that Starmer won comfortably with a score of 64% versus 36% for the PM. Both leaders seemed a little uncomfortable with a live audience reacting to their responses, including a laugh from the audience when Starmer mentioned his father was a tool maker. Rishi came under pressure over his decision to call the election before the first Rwanda flights had taken off.
For me, with that economic foundation established, it was the right moment to have an election to then discuss the future of our country. And this election is about the future. And you're right, on migration, there is a choice.
The fact that the UK economy showed zero growth in April, according to new figures, makes that decision look less wise. For Labour leader Keir Starmer, Beth Rigby was keen to get to the bottom of the tax question.
Well, the first thing I'd say is the Tories are in no position to lecture anyone about tax rises. We've got the highest tax burden for 70 years. And I think that working people shouldn't pay more tax, and we will not raise their tax. What we need to do is get the economy going.
Manifesto week continued in the general election campaign, with the Green Party publishing theirs on Wednesday. They have big plans for taxes on the wealthy, carbon taxes on business, a massive investment into public services, including the NHS and the nationalisation of water and energy firms. Speaking at the Sussex County Cricket Ground, co-leader of the Greens, Carla Denyer said this is the perfect time for bold proposals.
Now is the moment to be ambitious. Not unrealistic, but ambitious, to be clear about the kind of country we want to live in, about how broken our public services are and the action that's needed to fix them.
Meanwhile, after a sizable poll bump, Lib Dem leader Ed Davey was back in the water as he tried out a water agility course in Warwickshire. There was a solid political reason for him to be in a wetsuit, and indeed in the water this time, as he outlined the Lib Dem plan to clean up Britain's rivers and lakes.
There is a sewage scandal, and it's got to end. We've explained how serious the problem is to our environment, and it affects leisure activities. So here we are, having some fun, yeah, but making the point that millions of people like going into water, and if we don't clean the water up properly, they won't be able to enjoy that.
The United States has been pushing hard for the last 2 weeks to get both sides in the war in Gaza to agree to a ceasefire. A deal proposed by President Biden has been presented to both parties, while the US has also used its position at the UN Security Council to apply pressure. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has been busy in the region too, meeting with all parties and pushing to get to an agreement. However, Wednesday saw Hamas respond with a series of changes to the deal. The fact that they waited 12 days and that they didn't, in the words of Blinken, say the single word yes has led to a further delay and will spark more negotiations.
Hamas has proposed numerous changes. Some of the changes are workable, some are not. We are going to continue to push on an urgent basis with our partners to try to close this deal.
Last weekend's European Union election saw a fairly dramatic shift in European politics. Although the general makeup of the EU Parliament remains the same, both the far right and the left saw gains. In France, a shock result saw Marine Le Pen's far-right party, the National Rally, win 30% of the vote, more than double that of President Emmanuel Macron's party. He reacted quickly, calling a snap election which takes place in 2 phases at the end of June and in early July. He's framed the election as a fundamental choice for the French people on which way they want the country to go.
Everyone was saying, the far right is coming in 2027. No, I don't want to give the far right the keys to power. So I take full responsibility for having set in motion a process of clarification, primarily because the French people asked us to do so on Sunday.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, golf gears up for the US Open and Eddie Redmayne's celebrity hack. Right after this.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome back. Golf's third major of the year takes place across this weekend at Pinehurst in North Carolina. The US Open is one that everyone wants to win, but it's hard to stop the current world number one Scotty Scheffler, who has won 5 of the last 8 tournaments he's played in. He's already won the Masters this year and is firm favourite for this one, although Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy will be hoping and praying that he can stop him. McIlroy has been in the tabloids lately as he was first getting divorced, but is now somehow not getting divorced. One way or another, he really wants to win another major.
Obviously, getting my hands on a 5th major has taken quite a while, but I'm more confident than ever that I'm right there, that I'm as close as I've ever been. I want to win as many golf tournaments as I can. I want to try to compete and win as many majors as I can.
If you've been wondering what Eddie Redmayne has been up to, the answer is cabaret. Not just general cabaret, the musical cabaret, which he is starring in on Broadway. The production moved from the West End and has been getting rave reviews and now a Tony Award nomination for Eddie. He popped up on Seth Meyers' show and shared an awkward story about what happens when you get hacked if you have celebrity friends like Jamie Dornan and acting legend Warren Beatty.
I had a big night the night before and I listened to this voicemail and I was like, I think Warren Beatty has just left me a voicemail checking I'm okay and whether I need money. And it then became clear that my email had been hacked, and to Warren's incredible generous credit, he was pretty much the only person who was kind enough to help to bail me out.
Good news for Marmalade fans, not a sentence we get to use often on the Smart 7, but Marmalade's biggest fan, Paddington the Bear, is back, and this time he's heading to Peru. The third instalment of the much-loved Paddington series is on the way, but it's not due to hit cinemas until November. All the regulars, including Ben Whishaw as Paddington, are back, along with Olivia Colman, who plays a reverend mother, and a swashbuckling Peruvian, played by Antonio Banderas. This time Paddington is in search of his missing aunt.
Aunt Lucy!
I'm afraid she set off on some sort of quest deep in the jungle.
Aunt Lucy found me when I was a cub. Now I have to find her.
But the Amazon is quite large.
We have to try.
And I have faith that you will survive.
You've been listening to the Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Host the ultimate backyard barbecue with Whole Foods Market. It's the hot grill summer event through July 16th with sizzling sales on no antibiotics ever boneless beef ribeye steak and beef New York strip steak. Plus, check out sales on sustainable wild-caught Alaska sockeye salmon, organic strawberries, and more. In a hurry? Choose grab-and-go favorites like picnic salads and sushi, plus plenty of cooler-friendly beverages. Make it a hot grill summer at Whole Foods Market.